What's up, everybody? Wow, starting
You get
strong.
there 1 second.
Yeah. So, yeah, welcome. We're doing another episode back with Party Size Cycling. Didn't make it last week because it was St. Patrick's Day and I was pretty well passed out, even though we stopped pretty early this year because it was 22 degrees
Yeah,
outside and snowy.
you got
But
off the bridge early.
yeah, I got off the bridge early, but yeah, I was laying on the couch, laying with Edmund, passing in and out after the rest of the day. I'm just like, I take it off. St. Patrick's Day is a day off for me. It always has been. So, anyways, we're back again this week. Gonna have a conversation about riding snacks. But before we get into that, I would say, what have you been up to? One thing I have noticed though with your Instagram is that it looks like you're getting your rides going again for the year.
Yeah. We had our first coffee outside on Sunday. We had about 7 or 8 folks out. It was good. A lot of new people, which is fun. Somebody who's like, "Hey, I've been following you for a long time, and never showed up for a ride, and decided this year I want to start doing it." A couple of those types of folks. So that's always really, really nice to have. Just new people to talk to, new friends, and things like that. We're talking about maybe doing a night moves Friday if the weather clears up, but then if not, I have stuff going on the next couple of Fridays. Then probably be middle of April. We'll start up like proper. I do want to see though. We're coming up on 5 years of the first like official party size cycling
Oh,
ride. Our first coffee outside was April 18th. Before that, it was all like informal stuff. So I think I got to try to schedule something as close to that as I can that isn't when everybody's at Gunks to commemorate the 5 years
yeah, nice.
of the rides.
Very cool. Yeah, congratulations on that. That's
Thanks.
like I said, I am not someone who is huge on organizing, so I'm always impressed by
But you
people
did,
who
and
I did.
frankly, you ran a bigger ride than I've ever had,
Yeah.
even though I do this all the time. So, tell me
Yeah.
about how was running a very large ride.
It was interesting. So a decent amount of people showed up to the studio. Like I had it so 2:15 to 3:15 show up, hang out, buy some stickers or look at the artwork that I had up because we did an art opening on Friday. And it was like a decent crew and we started riding to the bike shop and I'm like, we got a lot of people. And then we got to the bike shop and half the people had met there and I was looking around and I'm like, this is like 50 plus people. and
Yeah,
I
that's a lot to corral.
and I had not like shared a Strava route. I didn't plan for sweepers because it's always been like 25, 30, or even like a little less the first couple years.
Mhm.
So it was like we just rode together. So I figured the plan is we're all just going to ride together and talk and then we'll go get food at a brewery and yeah, like I literally did not even meet everybody on the ride this time. Like we got to a brewery that had a ton of space and could absorb a big crowd, but still it was crowded already and we were mostly on the
Mhm.
patio, but there were some people I like would see across the way and then they rolled out and stuff and I'm like I never even got to chat with that person. That's how well the group ride did, but it was cool. My friends really helped out. Like Aaron dropped back and started sweeping. Ben fixed a couple mechanicals, so I had people that just are good empathetic people that know what to do when like stuff happens. Otis gave the introduction. Like there were so many people I didn't want to talk like in public. Like that makes me so uncomfortable. So I went up to Otis and I'm like, "Would you do your little like kind of spiel that you do for your Yeti rides and stuff like that?" And so he did. And yeah,
Oh, well, congrats. Yeah, it looked like a huge. Sorry, I could not make it all the way out to Ohio for
yeah.
the channel meetup, but
And we got lucky
um,
with great weather. And then so Otis
mm,
had his ride the next day. So a lot of people come in town, get an Airbnb or a hotel, and that ride, man, I would love to know how many people showed up to that. It was extremely crowded, and I expected that. Like once I saw my ride, and then I knew that because a bunch of fast people come to his ride, a bunch of his regulars come, and then the group that came to my ride that was spending the night was going to go, and I mean, that must have been
mhm.
something like 200 riders. So and all free, all just for we're just doing it for fun and community. So kind of cool, but
That's a lot of people.
yeah,
Wow, that's a lot of cheese puffs.
yeah,
I like that part of the video. I got
yeah.
a chance to watch the video today. They're throwing the
Oh,
cheese in. It was
nice.
really funny.
Yeah, they love doing that. That's
Peaceful, but funny.
yeah. They were lowering them into the leaf blower, yeah, and blasting everyone with them. And I stopped. I think I said it in the video, but they were doing Dixie cups full of beer right before the steepest climb, and I drank like two of them. Otis's wife Kelly was like, "We got plenty. Have another," and I'm like, "Sure." And then I turned and I start going up this like it's like a I don't know. Strava shows it going over 30. I doubt it's that, but mid 20% grade climb. That's on like cobbled rough bricks, that were made back in the day
Yeah.
to give you traction. And I'm like, why would I drink 2 beers and then immediately try and climb this hill? Like, it's like,
I feel like next year you have to like pre-set up a non-GoPro camera ahead of time somewhere, because I feel based on the profile that you were saying, like I know those hills probably are a lot steeper than they look. There's that GoPro effect, right? That like
yeah,
kind of shallows everything out. So I would be curious to see what it looks like. I would very like to see what some of them look like. But yeah, the GoPro, unfortunately, it doesn't do it. Never does climbs or descents justice. I feel like every time I see somebody doing, because like we don't have a lot of people, but some people post the local mountain bike trails on YouTube, and they'll pop up on my feed and stuff like that. And I was like, that is way steeper than that.
yeah.
That looks like nothing when you're there, but when you're right in front of it, that's a steep drop in. Like, wow. Okay.
It's a wide angle lens effect, but you're right. Like if you can put a camera just going across the hill, that would then show the angle the riders are at. One guy posted some footage from his Garmin Varia, the guy who runs Cleveland Cobbles, and he had a rear, so it's rear facing, obviously, and that kind of helped to show it a little bit because then you saw the riders behind them, and then you saw the elevation they were gaining. But yeah, looking forward, it doesn't look like anything, and that's why I even like kind of pan down to legs once in a while just to show like, see, I'm in the easiest gear, spinning and going nowhere. But yeah, you really just can't from the bike. You can't really do it.
It's so hard. Somebody, I think Ryan posted. Somebody had like from the bottom like a static camera because they caught him and he had reposted it. That definitely showed how steep some of those climbs were.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, the climbing on that ride is much, and the whole ride in general, because you get about 4,000 feet, but you're like snaking it out of a city. So it's so much start stop or just like slow down, pick it up, that it's so much harder than like a gravel race that, you might be able to sweep around the corners and keep moving. A lot of times you're coming to a right angle. And so even if you look or there's a bike lane and you can kind of roll through, you just can't, you never get to run out that momentum that you would get in something, that's kind of windy and hilly. So it makes it a tough ride. I would compare it to more like a gravel race that had like, 20 more miles and a couple thousand more feet of climbing is the way I feel after doing it. So, but it's a lot of fun.
When you said that in the video, I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because you do pick up a lot, like even at Nutmeg, right? Because you go up and then you slam down the other side, but you're usually like pretty, I don't think there's too many like slam downs into a stop sign at Nutmeg. It's usually you slam down the other side. So like, all right, it helps with your average time because you're able to run that out. So that was I never really thought about that. That was a good point.
Yeah, I get that just from city riding in general, but then when you do it as a, out for 4 hours type ride, or fast guys 3 hours, slower people 5 hours, that really starts to add up.
Yeah, because I know there's like a Pittsburgh one, but I think it's not as long. They just go and slam a bunch of hills, and it's a fairly short route.
That's the dirty. Do they call it the Dirty Dozen? They have a name for
something
it,
like that.
Yeah. And it is like, and I was comparing, I made kind of the reference, kind of comparing Akron does. It's like a mini Pittsburgh because our two river valleys aren't as deep, but it's like kind of the same effect where you're everywhere you go, you're going in and out of the river valleys. And that ride too, it's like there's the whole first quarter of it, the hill you're climbing, it's different roads, but it's the same hill. You know what I mean? It's the same
Yeah. I was going for a hike the other week and I realized like, oh, this is the same climb that we do over there, like on the bike. This is just, we're doing it straight up the rock face instead of like up the road that goes up it.
Yeah.
Got it. So yeah, many ways to climb a hill. Oh, I guess Dirty River is 60 miles. Okay, never mind. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
There's something else then that's shorter, but it has like, just like, that's like, I feel like that's all it is. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Anyway.
Did you see Dylan's comment there? I was shouting I'm vegan as they threw cheese balls at me.
That's one of those things. And side note, like this is a good transition actually because we're about to get into snacks, right?
Yeah.
We're like Cheez-Its. So to you, maybe like made with real cheese, you're like, oh, cool. I'm like, damn it, because there are so many accidental vegan products that they're just made so cheaply that they can't afford to use dairy.
Yeah.
And so like every time I'm like, maybe this is not real cheese. And cheese puffs are unfortunately real cheese.
Oh,
But
huh.
Dylan, I sympathize.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason the Doritos will like a flavor that has no business needing dairy, like the golden sriracha one has just they're just like milk.
Yeah.
It's not even I don't know, like it's not like oh it's some other product that like we happen to know as we can know it's just straight up milk powder and then I'm like why do you need to add milk powder into this? But so the only vegan flavor is we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right.
That was an honorable mention.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you want to go about it? Are you going to
Well,
count down
I
or do you have a plan? I know you have a plan.
I brought a bag of dicks.
I gotta make that
I was
joke.
just-
I gotta make a Dick's joke Friday night. Otis said he used to work at. He said something about used to Dick's, and then I said, and then you got into bikes, and yeah. Anyways, nice.
The old Louis C.K. Do I have one at a time or anyway? So I figured I would just reach in my bag of dicks and grab out one, and then I talk about whichever one that was. You can do it however you'd like. You want to start it? Happy to yield the floor.
I should start with a funny note that we were texting each other, and you said you were going shopping today anyway, so you'd pick up some of the snacks. And I was like, oh, I need to shop today. I need to get food for Edmund, and I was going to get some groceries too. I only picked up one item because I'm a man with no self-control, so I don't buy ride snacks unless I'm riding, except for one because I usually keep it around here.
Okay.
So I could a couple of the things on my list I don't want in my house because I just would have eaten them all today. So I don't keep like sweets here, and like I'm the guy who puts the knife into the peanut butter jar just to get something sweet after I eat lunch.
These are not my Achilles heel in terms of like bad food around the house. It's just bread products. So I'm usually okay with keeping some of this stuff. But actually, two of them I had to buy, but one of them I usually do just have in a thing. So I have I don't know what not a chest, but like a I don't know, a cabinet, big cabinet that I have a lot of bike stuff in because when I bought one a year ago, and then basically I have like what used to be a drawer divider for like clothes that I just threw in there, and like that's where I just keep all the snacks and like the drink mixes and like the noons and all that stuff just in there. So that way, whenever I'm getting ready to go for a ride, that's usually where I'm going to get my lights and my other stuff. I just have it all right there, and I can just on the fly grab it and throw it in there. So it's not in regular reach. That might be, be part of it as well. Like it's not a place I'm in other than riding. So I only had to pick up two things I didn't normally have around the house. Some of them are kid snacks. That's the thing. I have a kid also. Kid snacks are like great bike snacks because they're all just like short sugary bursts.
Yeah. Chris asked a good question here, and it's something I brought up in our text as well. And he said, are we talking about bringing snacks from home, or are we talking about snacks we could get while we're riding? And I definitely agree that I have crossover, but there are two different things. And my number one would be one that I have to plan ahead and bring from home. Most of my other stuff is stuff I could find at the gas station because I'm not a sports nutrition guy. I don't like buy the. Now, of course, when I want to say it, I can't think of a single name of a sports nutrition brand. But like the stuff Dirty River sells, like packs of gum. We'd say it again.
Is it a power bar or something like that? Or
yeah, but like think of a bike shop. They sell like packages of little.
Oh yeah, like True Waffles or the waffle things, or the stingers, or the
celebrates 60 months of membership. Dick Sticks floppy hog vegan sweet bone emoji party size dicks.
I would say for me, this is stuff that I bring from home. A lot of our riding does not end up at gas stations. In New Jersey, gas stations are very much a highway thing, and so we're usually not doing that. So I'm usually not crossing that. And also in New Jersey, we have slice shops, which I didn't realize was not growing up in New Jersey. You didn't realize that's not a thing other places. Like when you go to the pizza shop, like all the shops in New Jersey, you can just buy a slice of pizza.
Oh yeah, that's
so like when we're going out like that. I can't because I'm vegan, but like before that and everybody else, like we'll just hit a pizza place and you can just get a slice. You don't have to buy a whole pie, which is I just within the last few years learned is a New Jersey thing or New York and New Jersey thing. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but so we're more often to hit a slice shop than we are to hit a gas station in my experience.
Makes sense.
I
Yeah,
think we talked about this during the Wawa ride, the
yeah,
Wawa episode.
yeah, and yeah, that's definitely because like New York City. If you're in New York, you can always just go get a slice of pizza. Here, it needs to be a very particular place, and usually it's going to be close to a bar district or something. Here, if you can get that, like it wouldn't be a regular pizza shop. Yeah, it'd be.
I think that's why, 'cause going to college, I went to Penn State. There was a lot of slice shops, but that's because it's a drinking bar college area. And then, yeah, I remember like the first day at work, when I like was working an internship that I had to like drive 45 minutes into like Altoona, Pennsylvania to go to, and went to the pizza shop and was like to get some slices for lunch because I didn't pack anything and there were no slices. That was my first time encountering like a pizza shop that had no slices. I was like, what is it? All right, I guess let's take a turkey sandwich. Anyway, sorry, we got off track there.
No, I mean, it's still all the topic, but
there's one that I would say these are things that I bring from home. I usually try to leave with all the snacks. If I do hit a gas station, like at events, like when we were down in Florida and we hit at the Orange Blossom, at Wawa, there's a few things that I get, but they're definitely not things that I bring from home. So
gotcha.
I don't know if that counts as an answer.
Yeah. So for me, I guess it'd be the opposite. A lot of like the stuff that I buy is the same, unless I'm like really planning for a race. I don't really race, but you know what I mean. It's something where I plan to not really stop, not rely on aid stations or anything like that. But yeah, my number one favorite ride snack though. Have you ever read the book The Rider?
No.
Okay. I think it's written in the 70s, but the whole book is just about a road race. It's one rider and it's his stream of consciousness doing a road race. And it's really good. It's really it's a really good book. It's worth reading. But
put it on the whiteboard.
Yeah, he brings up like I said, I think it's 70s, and he brings up something that I always loved from when I worked at the farm market, which is dried figs. And so my local, we have Market District Giant Eagle out here, and this is like the one that their brand sells. I used to really love a different brand, but now I always get Turkish figs, dried Turkish figs. And if I'm really doing well, I've actually cut off the little, because they have a little stem on them you can't eat. So you kind of eat them like that and throw the stem away. But I'll actually slice them. And sometimes I'll actually slice them and then mix them with some candy. Like it would have to be a gummy candy, like something like gummy bears or whatever. How do the British always call by the brand name? Haribo, Yeah. So some kind of like treat like that, and you reach in and you get like a mix, like when you're hungry on the road. And that is my favorite. And that's the one thing, that's why I bought them, because I don't mind keeping them around here. Because if I have lunch and my sweet tooth is hitting me, eating a dried fig doesn't feel as bad as like, just stuffing candy in your face. So
I don't know that I've knowingly had a dried fig. I've had not dried figs before.
Fresh figs?
I don't know the one, yeah. Yeah, they call them
wet figs. Wet figs.
Okay, and I guess I've never noticed. Is there's a regular grocery store item, or that you have to go to like a specialty grocery?
Most places will have like at least a brand of them. Like at Market District, they have a whole kind of dry food seed. It's where the pepitas, pumpkin seeds, and all that stuff is, and their own brand of spices. But most will have them somewhere. Like I doubt it could just be like a Midwest thing, as far as I know. But
yeah, probably. We always ordered groceries. My wife did a lot of the grocery shopping, and then we were doing online grocery shopping for the longest time. We live, it's like a 15-minute drive to the grocery store. So she just found that more convenient. I'm not that I haven't been to the grocery store, that wouldn't help out, but like it wasn't my household task. But in the last 2 years, I've taken over grocery shopping, and like just recently discovered all the stuff that's in that section that you're talking about, because I spent a lot of time in the produce section, but not necessarily that part, because we don't buy that. Like it's over for us by like the potatoes and stuff. And I don't actually buy that many potatoes very often, so I'm not usually milling around over there. I was like, oh, look at all this. Oh, here's where dried mango went. Because like we used to have there used to be a dried mango somebody mentioned. I don't have it because I can't find it routinely enough, but we used to have like a really good bulk section of our grocery store that had dried mango, really good dried mango and dried papaya and they probably had dried figs, frankly.
Yeah.
But during COVID, they took that out and they never put it back. And I just realized that a lot of that stuff is now just prepackaged, but it's over in that section, which I just never really looked at. It's not merchandise well. It's all like dark. Like I don't know how else to describe it because the shelves are all like somewhere between waist and chest high, and like so I can't. I'm like, what's under here? I think I was looking for like jarred garlic or something like that and came across it. Anyway,
yeah. Someone brought up dates, dried dates, like medjool dates, which are really good. The reason I prefer the figs is dates are so sweet. Like they are like so cloyingly sweet, and they really would make for a good ride snack as well. I used to eat them a little more, but now I prefer. I also love like the dried figs. Like when you used to like have a baseball mitt on when you were a kid, and you're like, man, I kind of feel like I want to eat this thing. That's what figs are like. It's like you can eat.
I was an orientation kid. I've definitely chewed on the end of the tassels from the baseball glove. 100%. It tastes great.
And that's what dried figs like give you that sensation where you're actually able to eat the baseball mitt. That's why.
All right, so I will probably love this then. Absolutely, cool. I'm seeing a lot of. Do we want to address the chat as we go? I guess.
Yeah, why not?
One thing that I keep seeing a lot of is like the chili lime stuff and things. My thing is I really don't like powdery stuff when I'm writing. I wear gloves very often, so I don't really like to do things that are going to like get shit all over my gloves or that I'm going to make gross by reaching in with the glove. That's not to say that it's not like I don't like eating stuff with like. We'll talk about that when I get to my picks. Yeah. But like I don't like powdery stuff, so some of those things are not good options in my opinion. But that's not to say that it doesn't work for you.
Yeah, and I think that kind of the dried fruit thing. Like I don't like papaya, but I love mango. Any dried fruit would work. I probably wouldn't. I don't mind dried dehydrated bananas, but that's not really what I'd want. Again, that goes kind of powdery when you eat those. But yeah, I could probably eat any of them. I just pick the figs because I just love them. I love them the most.
I'd say dried banana is probably my favorite dried fruit in terms of. I don't know if I've ever eaten it as a ride snack though.
I haven't.
I might have to. That's a good. And I have a dehydrator, so maybe I can just do that. I have a bunch of banana. Anyway, sorry. Okay. We're back.
I also say that the banana, the opposite of banana, a wet banana, if you will, fresh banana, and Dylan brought this up too, I think. I can't even remember if it's just this last weekend or just in the Discord, I think it was. They go so bad in your bike bag. And I tried to bring one on Road Apple. And again, it's a banana that I ended up throwing away. I put it back on the shelf after Road Apple. Then I threw it away because it went so brown, so brute. Bananas are the worst thing. I love bananas. I eat a banana every morning. Yeah. They just are a horrible ride food as a fresh thing because
I'm more likely to bring an apple than a banana for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep with the fruit then. I'm gonna cheat. And so the way that I actually most commonly will get my fruit on a ride though is this is a particular one. It's a Go-Go Squeeze Active. Actually, so this which is fruit blend with electrolytes. There's not a lot of electrolytes in here. It's only got I think 50 milligrams of sodium, so it's not like a super sodium heavy one. But I checked. I think it's like 30 more than the regular Go-Go Squeeze. So it's like slightly put a pinch of salt in there. Mm-hmm. And frankly, from what I've been seeing, I don't know if anybody gets this in their feed, but there's a guy who like will explain sports nutrition to you like you have a CTE. Like, I'm sorry, but we both have CTEs. He's like, sugar, good, long workout, no protein, like, and he like dumbs it down really, but like he'll be like, most people just need a pinch of salt in a bottle of water, and that's probably enough for most things. Other than he's long distance cycling and stuff like that is obviously the exception. But
yeah,
I think for 20-mile ride, this is probably enough sodium to get you by. Plus maybe like a noon or something like that. So anyway, so I like these. They go down really smooth. The problem sometimes is that the cap kind of will go back on. You can flip it over and push it in. That's a little hack with these. And then they kind of like roll up, so they'll shove easily. And if you have something to keep trash in, so they don't become a nuisance and they don't get all over your stuff. Because that's something else that I always try to think about is You don't, I think, really wear jerseys either. I'm usually like, where do I put this snack after I've consumed it? It's great if it doesn't have a wrapper, but if it does, and that wrapper's gonna be covered in chocolate or goop or something or dust, right? Like Doritos or chili lime stuff, it's gonna go over your bag. You're gonna have to clean out your bag. You're gonna wash your bag way too much. So I think this is a good thing. It's a quick hit. It's 11 grams of sugar, which is, again, so it's not like, I don't like super sugary stuff, so this is like just enough. And it with the squeeze part, like, it goes down very quickly, so you can do this while riding, or it's super easy while you're like at a stop sign waiting for other people. Pound one of these and you're good to go. So this is a pretty common thing that I've been doing, but the electrolyte one is new to me.
I have, and I don't have any proof of this, but I think I have definitely gone the way on longer rides of just only eating too many carbs and not getting any salt in. And because I went really wonky on a ride. Actually, we were out your way. I think we were actually up in Bell Fountain anyways, but yeah, we had come through Springfield that day, and I got so weird and out of balance, and I couldn't tell what it was. But that night we were sitting down at a brewery, and I ate a normal meal, and then it put me back, and it's probably because a restaurant meal has so much salt in it. But yeah, that's one thing that I remind myself now of is you can't just eat sugar. You need to make sure you get something with salt in there. Or you could, I don't know, it could really F me up.
So that guy actually explained it, that sugar electrolyte carpool. So the electrolytes are what help deliver the sugar to your bloodstream. So if you don't have any salts that you're consuming, you're not getting sugar to your blood. So you're not actually using the sugar anyway. As effectively.
Yeah.
So it's like a thing that you need. That's why you need them. But if you do too much, then at that point, then you're just holding too much water and yada yada. And then the big thing that he pointed out is it's that long intensity that needs electrolytes. It's short, like quick bursts, sprints, all that stuff. Electrolytes do nothing for you there. Even pre-fueling with electrolytes don't do anything. It's about it's a delivery method to get things to where they need to be, and that doesn't come into he's like less than 2 hours. You don't need electrolytes. You don't need an electrolyte mix. You don't need a thing It's the long sustained efforts that you actually really need to replenish electrolytes in order to get the sugar to where it needs to go.
That makes sense because it's only ever happened to me at mile 70. It's never been it's never been on a date, like a normal day ride with friends. It's
it's that. So that's. But so they're the worst thing you can do is if you just are having drinking Gatorade at home, just as a beverage, is the worst thing you could do because you're delivering all this sugar without using it. So then it doesn't ever convert to fat. It's not good for you.
Yeah, I don't I mean, I obviously drink too much beer, but I don't drink any sugary beverage. I stopped once I realized that even orange juice, it's all everything's. Used to think we all thought orange juice was good for us, but it's just all empty calories, just poured right in with no effort, So, yeah, I just cut out I don't really drink. I'm like a coffee in the morning, water all day, and a couple beers, but which.
I could use more regular water. I drink a lot of seltzer throughout the day, which I got to stop doing. But yeah, that's my number 2 the chat. Let's see.
They're talking
50 grams soda, I agree. It's not anything. That's why I said it's cost the same as the regular one. So I just get this one just because whatever, maybe it'll do whatever. But I agree. It's not really enough to be doing rely on just this. That's what I'm saying. I'm usually going to do it with a Noon or a Gatorade packet or something like that I use for that. What else? Pickles. What do you think about pickles? On a ride.
So people are saying they're going to buy those prepackaged ones and all that stuff. If I'm at a ride that has an aid station, I'll eat a pickle or I'll drink pickle juice, but it's just never something that I'm going to. And I like pickles. It's never something I'm going to think to pack. I'm never going to.
Yeah.
I just. Yeah.
I think I can tell a lot about a person by the ride snacks, and by that I mean how often you clean out your bike bags. Because that's a factor, if you'll notice from all my things. This can live in my bike bag for months, and it often does. Because I'm not very good when I get home about unpacking all my stuff and putting it away all nicely. So there's a lot of times where I'm just like rooting around the bag. What do I got in here? And I'll find stuff. But yeah, like if it's a pickle and I leave that in the bag, that's going to get so rank and gross in the middle of summer. So that has a lot to do with why my favorite. Not that pickle's not a great snack. It is. And yes, the sour, the cramps, all that stuff. But I'm very, my favorite ride snacks, as you'll see, are a lot less about the taste of them and more about like they have to be able to be left in a bag. They can't be refrigerated, and they need to be like not just like a straight blast of sugar for the most part. I feel like that doesn't do it for me. I need it to be like somewhat mediumly sugared.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, people put a lot more effort. Like I saw someone back up a while, and I always see Dustin Klein do this, talk about like the potato thing, like cooking potatoes ahead of time and wrapping them. Good on people who do that. Man, that's just not the way I ride my bike. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like Pudgy said, tamale was a great ride, but I think Dylan was talking about something prepared here. Savory, portable ride snacks. Philo's walking tamale, so that's a packaged tamale. That makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, people who like create their own food at home and like pack it, good on you. Like, I think that's awesome. I wish I did that. I wish I'm getting through a day well when I made myself breakfast and made myself dinner. You know what I mean? Like, and I do cook a lot alone, and I guess and for one person, so that's probably why I just don't have it in me to prepare ride snacks. I
think that's my thing as well. Yeah, if I'm going to go through all that, it's usually the half hour before a ride, picking through that bin that I have, right? And I can just leave a sweet potato. Also, I don't want to leave a sweet potato for a month in a bag.
Yeah. I think go ahead.
Go ahead, sir. No, good.
No, I was already I was going to go a different way, so keep going.
The one thing I just, as an aside, I think it was Bobby that runs Mid-South had a video. I think it was like sponsored by Outer Shell or something like that, but he was like going through his Outer Shell bag, and it was weeks after they had finished Mega Mid-South, and he's going through and is like, this bag stinks, but it's a great bag, and is like going through all the things it held. He had like a wedge of cheese in there. So this wedge of cheese rotting in his Outer Shell bag in the middle of summer. And he's like, oh, this is why everything around here stinks. Like, got it. Yeah. So I think about that a lot too, because that is 100% me. So anything that risks that is not going in my bag or not coming on a ride. Those are good gas station things. So I eat them and then get rid of them. But like, I'm not packing that at home.
Yeah. And a couple people are bringing up like making your own sandwich. So I've gone and done like some remote Ohio rides where we know there's not really any stops. We're going to probably do something after the ride, or the ride's going to end somewhere where we might eat like a dinner and have a beer. But like for that, like then packing PB&Js or something ahead of time makes total sense. And I've done that. But like if I'm leaving my house for something, long enough to need snacks, but just a day ride from the studio here, then I'm not planning that far ahead. Like, it's just not, I guess.
That's a good lead into my number two.
It's
not what everybody thinks, because everybody's going to immediately go from PBJ to where, especially if you're a fan of Hush Money Bikes, you're going to go to Uncrustables, right? Don't love them. They're messy once you get them open a lot of times. The jelly will squirt all over the place. Again, if you leave them in a bag, they get gross. And I don't know, the whole, like, because they're in a separate place than all my other ride snacks, I will forget to get them out of the freezer. So like I'll buy a bag with a box of them and with the intention of bringing them on rides, but then I never do. And there's been like 2 sitting in my freezer forever. So the alternative to that, I don't know if anybody's had these, they're a little more rare, but I see more people converting to them, is the Bobo's PB&J. So this is a self-contained unit, does not need to be frozen or refrigerated. I have pulled this out of a bag after 2 months. Actually, I pulled one out in January, or no, with the Sandy Hook ride we did, and at the end of February, I think I put that in there, a nutmeg. It was still that bad. It was fine. It's not. Do they taste as good as a Uncrustable? Absolutely not. No, in no world does I think could anybody make that claim. But they are self-contained. They're also clean. They don't like kind of get all over your hands, and they are a little bit more natural for whatever it's worth. Right? It's got oats and peanut butter and. Oats are a really good carb delivery method as well on longer rides, I feel like.
And don't forget one of the other benefits. You always get to say that you're honking on a Bobo.
I am never not going to say that now.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Where did the term honkin' come from? Because when I remember, like, when I first got on Discord, I was like, what the hell is that?
Brad started saying it, and I think honking on a Bobo is like a weed reference originally, right? Like I think
I don't know.
Actually Steve from Orange Blossom, when I had him on, I said something about honking, and he was like, "We used to say honking on a Bobo," and I think it's a weed reference. Anyways, but yeah, so Brad told us it's like a thing that the kids were saying, and we all bought it and we all believed it, and I think we all saw it like once or twice, but it didn't. Yeah. It might have been a thing that like almost caught on and it didn't catch on, but then we never stopped saying
you have owned it. Yeah, I've never seen it outside of your Discord.
Yeah. It's just like we're riding and it's like instead of saying "is anyone hungry," it's like anyone trying to honk. It's just become like a total like. Oh, I could honk.
I love that about like bike groups and bike friend groups. You get your own little like secondhand for stuff, and it never translates. Well, that's a good one though. That I feel like translates crossplay.
People get it.
Try to tell somebody about your like little thing, but like it doesn't translate. That one does.
Yeah, when you say it, people know what you're talking about. Like that chat is just called "What You Honking On," and people post it there constantly without being like, "What does this mean?" You know. Like,
I mean, by context, because I figured it out fairly quickly.
Yeah.
But I never heard honking on a Bobo. But anyway, yeah. So I respect to like Nate and the Hush Money crew for literally somehow co-opting the Smucker's Uncrustables into their brand to the point where they have like 3D printed Uncrustable dispensers, fork mounted 3D Uncrustable dispensers, and I've really just like owned that in a way that I owned Fruit by the Foot previously, which is not in this because I'm very upset they never sponsored me after months and months and months of tagging them and reaching out to them and so they're off the list. There's also too much trash is what I found. But
and that's not that's not Fruit by the Foot is not a convenient thing to have on the bike. You got paper stripping off it, and
so what's funny is like you could just start it, put it in your mouth, and as you would eat it, it would kind of unfurl itself. So I'd just be riding and like
paper just streamer
because as you're riding, the paper would pull itself naturally off. Again, the trash problem, because then it would like go flying and I'd have to stop and go pick it up because I'm not an asshole. But like that became a problem. But I did have this guy Zach who does like a 3D printing company thing, made me a GoPro like the GoPro mount that I had on my helmet. It would plug into that, and it had a thing coming off that I could put the Fruit by the Foot on, like the roll, and then put it down to like a beer helmet for that. Respect to that dude. I haven't heard from him in a while. Hope he's doing all right. So yeah, like I was. This is pre them doing Uncrustables. It wasn't like I'm going to turn Fruit by the Foot into this is a totally organic bit. But yeah, we could not get them at all to respond. I think though they responded to like bike pubes though for some reason because he was going to make Fruit by the Foot grip tape, bark tape.
So when my grips get sticky, especially on my drop bar bike, I'm so mad. And you can never, like you're out on, you can never do anything. You're pouring water from your water bottle on your hand. And you're like making it worse. God, that's what a night. Yeah. That's like a nightmare fuel.
Everything's not good. I don't want anything sticky here. You know, these are not very sticky and they're pretty easy to eat from the packets too. But yeah, I don't know.
So I'm in
Fruit by the Foot. Fuck the General Mills Corporation.
By the way, I'm in on the Bobos. Like Aaron gets them sometimes. I think Dylan, by the way, if you like, I've gone mountain biking and I've traveled with Dylan. He has like a Foot Locker full of snacks in the back of his car. It's amazing. Oh, yeah. Like the amount of snacks he brings is next. Ames is up there, but I think Dylan is number one. Those are my two friends who the amount of snacks that they carry are like Dylan might. I don't know how much he carries on his bike, but in his van, it's a massive amount. It's it looks like he's going to stock a grocery store.
So he was asking if I had a spool on the handlebar. I don't think it would work as well. I think it needed that like free flowing end to really catch the wind to like let the paper come off.
Yeah, because if you had it on the bars, it might go in your spokes or something. You never know.
You need gravity work against. No, that doesn't make any sense. Ignore me. I was gonna try to make some analogy. It didn't work. Okay, people. I would say, can we? Is Dave working today? Can we get a poll? Can we get Bobo's versus Uncrustables?
I don't, and like everything, since I didn't shop, I wanted to get pulled up, but Dave thinks he has the flu, unfortunately, and I didn't get
Okay.
set up to be able to pull up like stuff on the internet.
Vote in the chat. Uncrustables versus Bobo's. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm Bobo. I'm Team Bobo.
Same. Nobody's got time to unfreeze stuff.
Yeah. Oh wait, I can do a poll. I got it. So
cool. Let's see. I'm curious.
Sometimes it doesn't let me do stuff because how I could pull up the chat.
But I will say, a Uncrustable tastes a lot better. I'm not going to argue with you on anybody on that. It's a better tasting product. It's just not a feasible bike snack.
Oops.
In my opinion. Have you ever had one that's like you let thaw out and then try to like throw in the refrigerator and eat later or something like that?
No.
Uncrustable. Gets stale like immediately. They're awful. They can't be I guess you maybe could no, probably not. I don't know. I've never tried to refreeze them, but I got home and I did remember to get it out of a bag. I threw it in the fridge and it would never be good. So these are good forever. I'm voting for Bobo in the poll. My own poll. Cool. All right. You're up next.
So my number 2, and again, this is something that can get messy, so it might need to be a little bit weather dependent. Peanut M&Ms.
Okay.
I walk over to there's a Walgreens across the street, and I get the biggest size of peanut M&Ms. They have like the one that has a Ziploc, and then I move it into something a more manageable size. But I love that. And again, how you were saying something that's not like overly sweet or cloyingly sweet, like the peanut really like moderates that, chocolate moderates that. Then you have the candy shell. There is, man, peanut M&Ms on a ride for me are one. That's why I can't just have them here. That's why I didn't buy them at the grocery store. When I looked at them today, I'm like,
that feels like something. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have a big giant Ziploc bag full of in the house either. Yeah, I agree.
Like, because I would have been holding up the empty wrapper on the stream tonight if I had bought them. So,
how big of a scam did the Mars Corporation pull off with that? With the melts in your mouth, not in your hand. That is the biggest bullshit. They will immediately melt.
They melt everywhere. They melt everywhere. Yeah,
absolute bullshit. How did they get away with that one?
I don't know.
The FCC or the FTC, what, Federal Trade Commission? Yeah, FTC, right? They're the people that are supposed to be protecting us.
Yeah.
How did they let them get away with that?
A couple people are bringing up like the other varieties of M&Ms that went beyond. I felt like they should have just stopped with the yellow wrapper. Like, I don't want the almond ones. Like, someone brought up the peanut butter M&Ms. Those never hit right to me. And I love I love Reese's. I love Buckeyes. I think we talked about this once. It's such an Ohio thing. Yeah, it's where you put chocolate around peanut butter. I love that mix, but I don't like the M&M version. It's got to be the real peanut. So, the real peanut.
Pre-vegan, the only one I ever had that really hit that wasn't the peanut that had stuff in it was the pretzel ones.
I'm not a big chocolate and pretzel guy. I like both, but separate.
Fun fact: my brother worked for Mars.
Oh, really?
Mars is actually a huge employer in our area. Yeah, a couple towns over is Hackettstown. That's where the factory of Mars headquarters is. So they're a huge employer in our area, and he worked there. And so they had literally had free vending machines. So I remember for my bachelor party, apparently he brought a duffel bag, and everybody was having lunch. He just and we had all these snacks for the car ride going up to my bachelor party, which was super super nice. But he had bring to holidays, stuff like that, like trial things that they would give out and stuff like that. So it's cool. We got a little steam treat. But yeah, the pretzel ones were dope. Same concept that you're going for. They have the hardness in the middle, but it's a little bit softer, and that salt in there also.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but I agree. The peanut M&M is there's too many M&Ms.
Yeah, everybody had to try to diversify too much, and at some point it's man, you're just diluting your brand. I went off on that one Century Ride video I did because I just wanted Snickers, and they had white Snickers, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is not at all what I'm trying to eat right now when I'm dying. I didn't put Snickers on my list, but if I just had to say a favorite non-fruit candy, it would be Snickers. But yeah, again, that's a problematic food to ride with. But
That niche, though, the white chocolate stuff, though, I do kind of get because I had a friend growing up who was very allergic to chocolate, but apparently white chocolate does not the same allergen. So he could eat white chocolate stuff. But there is like a market for white chocolate stuff for people with chocolate allergies. It's apparently more common than I thought.
And then
anyway,
and the other demographic is people who like to eat wax, I assume.
Like, yeah, it's gross.
Crayons. You like to eat crayons? Here's white chocolate.
It's just M&Ms were created for soldiers in World War II, huh? Is that like the parliaments were also the British Parliament cigarettes were for the British machine gunners? That wasn't true.
I always heard Navy cut was for like the ships because you could keep the cigarette and it wouldn't like expose the flame and you wouldn't like or the cherry or whatever. But yeah, I'm sure that most of this is bullshit.
World class marketing teams.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
They know what they're doing. They're letting these little urban legends out. Side note, this is actually a PSA. I just got back from before I came thing about black bears. There was somebody from the county giving a talk, and we took my son down because he got extra credit for school. I don't know about you, but apparently the information I've gotten about black bear attack prevention is 20 years old and no longer relevant because bears are smart enough that every 5 years they relearn the shit that we try to do to track them, and it no longer works. So apparently, like saying "Hey bear" or like making yourself big and all that stuff. There is a thing when you think you're getting attacked, you do gibberish and wave your hands and walk backwards. But if you have just seen the bear, but the bear hasn't seen you, you're actually not supposed to get big. You're supposed to get small because the getting big thing, they doesn't matter. They know what humans look like. And now to take a step back, the way that he explained it was healthy bears that are not starving, when they come across a human, will avoid you. No problem. Those are not the bears that have ever attacked anybody. It's the bears that are malnourished, on the brink of starvation, or have something wrong with them, that they are desperate for anything. So they know humans have food, or they know that a human is food, and they will then go at least investigate if they know that you're a human. So the point is actually to not seem human. And apparently they've caught on to bells on your backpack. They've caught on to the human voice, and they've caught on to all the things that we've been trying to do to get rid of them. And also mace does not work. Bear spray, bear away does, but not mace.
Huh. Well, that is good to know. Yeah.
This is, I feel like, a relevant group for this PSA. This talk. I was like, this is good information. So I'm like, I raised my hand. I'm like, so wait, we're not supposed to say like, "Hey bear" when you're walking through a berry patch? He's like, nope.
That just means
you want to hope you don't want them to see you at all. Like if a healthy bear does, he'll see you and he'll avoid you anyway. It's the weird bears that you don't want to know you're there. Okay.
Hey bear just means like, hey bear, I'm over here now.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, so my wife taught me everything I know about the outdoors because she was a very avid backpacker, but all of her information is 20 to 30 years old.
I know that is one of those things that I try and remind myself of, because I just remember when my dad would tell me something, and again, my dad's like a smart guy who keeps up on things, but there's certain things like you have no reason to keep up on. So it'd be like certain exercise stuff, and you're like, Dad, like I have a cross country coach that just got out of college, and like what you just told me is completely out the window, you know. So
we're gonna be like that, I'm sure. They're gonna be like, Bobos, don't you know those things would actually reduce 15 watts per whatever?
Yeah.
Old dummies. Yeah, Dirty Spoke. Seriously, same. I was like, I need to relearn all my shit.
Yeah.
Here I am walking around like an asshole through the woods. Hey bear.
Do deer whistles still work? That's relevant information. I'm just kidding.
Okay. You want to go with your next one?
So mine would be like a gas station one. I rarely ever go and buy this before a ride, but I drive Aaron crazy because I always say best value you can get. And it's those Lance crackers. They're like square and orange. And they make white ones that have cheese in them. They make orange ones that have peanut butter in them. But that's when I'm sick of just eating like sugary stuff. Like I've had candy, Erin's favorite are nerd clusters. She always has nerd clusters, and nerd clusters are so delicious. But when I've just been eating too many nerd clusters or too many M&Ms or whatever, those crackers cost like nothing, and they are just carbs, and they have that's where you get the salt too. And I love them. I just like it's such a good.
Yep.
You have to drink. You definitely that is definitely a dry thing that you do need to make sure.
But you're already got a gas station. Chances are you're getting something to drink anyway, so you're not like desperate for water. I agree. That's a good point. And
I'm usually we get really annoyed when the gas because like I always go back to the bathroom first with my water bottles to see if there's a drinking fountain back there, and then I go to the Coke machines to see if they have a water button. Once in a while, you'll go to a place that doesn't have one. It's like, are they really trying to make you buy a freaking bottle of water? And then if we're a group of friends, we always buy the gallons to have the least amount of plastic and least amount of waste and caps and all that stuff. But like, I've gone off on this before. Like, America is the only country where you can't just get free water everywhere. Like when you're in Europe, you have no problem filling up a bottle. Like it's like when I
might be cold, but
yeah, it might not be. I don't drink cold water, so that doesn't bother me. But yeah, but I drink tap water, and I all my friends do like cold water. They care about insulated bottles. I don't even care when it's like a hot day and my water bottle is 75 degrees. It goes down easier. Cold water is harder to drink fast. It's actually not as good for you. It shocks your system, but whatever. That's my personal. But yeah, anyways, it's those Lance, and there's all kinds of brands. Lance is the main brand, but I don't care who it is, and they're usually under $1, and it's just like a salty snack. That's a good break from the sugary stuff.
Yeah, I had like that was a staple in our household growing up. That was like in our lunch every day was the ShopRite brand, which is our grocery store, orange ones. They only came in 4. So I remember it was like a big deal if you got the Lance one because they had 6.
Oh yeah. Because there's like there are always 2 stacks, and you either get like the the little ones. I remember those, but because there's also like 8 packs too at some gas station. I think Sheetz.
We even had the 4 packs at in our lunch every day. So I think to that respect, I've gotten my lifetime fill of those crackers for that reason.
yeah, that makes sense.
And they're not vegan anyway, so.
I doubt. Yeah, they wouldn't be. Yeah, there's like the sour cream.
The non-cheesy ones might be. I'd have to look, but I never thought. That's a good. I'm gonna check that next time. That could be a good option at the gas station.
And I also know that is not a healthy that's a very processed food, whatever. It's just like my cheap break on a ride. So yep.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good. I'm imagining it, and I like it. It would hit for sure, 100% into that. No crave jerky. Jerky is so that was one of that giving you sports nutrition advice, but we both have a CTE. Jerky not good during actual physical activity. Protein in general not good during physical activity. Your body has zero use for it. It is the carbohydrates that you need. Protein good before. Protein good. I'm sorry. Is it before? No, not before. Not within. I think it's 2 hours before. You do not want to have a protein heavy meal. It sits in your stomach and you'll shit your pants. Protein is good after. I think. Double check me. I'll find that guy. I'm sure he'll pop up. I'll find his name before we leave. For the person who's saying, what the fuck is a Bobo? You might have missed. Bobo is a competitor of the Uncrustable, which is a shelf-stable peanut butter and jelly delivery device that I find superior. Protein after. Thank you, Pudgy.
Heavy Lead Belly just said.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. Heavy Lead Belly just said, excuse me, Nutter Butters, and that is definitely one that I like too. A Nutter Butter is a good, like, the more substantial snack. It's a ton of sugar, but that gives you a little bit more of a,
Also, accidentally vegan.
Oh, is it? Nice.
So I can have those. Yeah.
Can you see the?
So I can have.
I can't see I can only see Bobo on the poll. What are the numbers looking like?
63 Bobo, 37 Uncrustable.
Which is impressive.
They might be just playing because maybe I convinced a bunch of people today to switch allegiances. I don't know.
Well, I think it's pretty impressive because an Uncrustable is like a giant brand that you can get anywhere. Bobo is a little more like a Trader Joe's type, or right?
They have it at Walmart. They don't have it at
really?
my grocery store, and they have it at Costco. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they had made
Bobos
it
they
that
have,
big.
but they don't have the PBJ ones. They have the bars, like the baked bars, which are pretty good too, but they're just not as like easy to eat as this because they're a little too thick.
Oh, are there bars, the square ones? They are almost like Fig Newtons, but fatter and have oats on top. Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron gets those, and with the fruit in the middle, I love those. I love that style.
Yeah.
They're like the salad like wrapper. It's like that's not. There's no.
Oh wait, no, maybe we were talking about two different things.
Yeah, maybe I can't remember.
No, yeah, I know you're right. No, that's a different thing. But they have like a baked fruity thing. It's I don't know. I don't really usually get those, so I don't know how to describe them that well. But they make other products than just the PB&J, but they're all like sort of naturally this type of oat heavy baked.
I think they are, and I'm just describing it poorly. But yeah, I know. Anyways, I love their fat Fig Newton style one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to address one thing. Sorry, before we get off the bear talk, because somebody was saying black fight back, brown lay down, which is correct. Because brown bears, you have grizzly bear. Some black bears can be brown. It's grizzly bears specifically that you have to worry about, and brown bears, the true brown bears. But there are some black bears in parts of the country that are not black, so you got to be aware which territory you're in. He said. The other thing also is this is like the number one thing he said. If you are ever in a situation where you do have to fight back against black bear, don't ever stab it. Apparently, if you cut bear's skin, it then goes into I need to kill you no matter what, and will never run away. It will fight you until either you die or it dies. So they said if you have like a trekking pole or if you have a pocket knife, do not try to stab it. Do not try to break its skin. They said bop it in the face, basically. Poke it in the eyes. Like it has never had that done to it, so it will be afraid and will run away. But if you cut its skin, it will not stop until it kills you. Super important.
That's a good fact to know. I was sitting in Wyoming in the middle of nowhere with my buddy Brad from Columbus, different Brad. And like we were way out there. We were like kind of in the mountains. We were just camping. And I took this kind of big stick and I started to like heat it and rotate it in the fire. I was high and I was drunk and we were like 21. And and he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "This is my bear stick." And he said, "What do you mean?" I said, "If a bear comes at it, I'm going to jab it in the nose with this hot stick." And he said, "If you try and jab that bear in the nose, he's going to swat at it and it's going to go fly like 500 yards away." And we both were cracking up. And then we're sitting there and it's silent again. And like 5 minutes later, I see him take a stick and start putting it in the fire. Start making his own bear stick. So, yeah. Anywho.
Yeah, like a bear stick. And it wouldn't be bad as long as you're not stabbing it. You'd whack it in the nose would be a very effective way to do it.
It's good to know that that's true. Oh, Whitworks popped in. This is what I'm thinking of. Nature's Bakery fig bars.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Those are great. Yeah.
Yeah. There's another thing. It's like more of like a loafy looking thing. It's like more of a long rectangle. Yeah. Those are not great bike snacks from the one or two that I've ever had. I don't really know how to describe them. They're just not that good. Just trying to see if there's anything.
Fig Newmans are good. A grocery store I used to shop at had them. I don't see them anymore, but I used to buy Fig Newmans.
Really? I think they got to be there.
Yeah, probably. I just haven't looked for them.
Oh, Red is back in movie theaters for the 40th anniversary. Huh.
Yeah.
We didn't plan that at all.
No. Yeah. Or maybe it's back for a reason. Yeah.
Maybe they're fans of the pod.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just dream. Sorry. Side note, I found myself referring to this as a podcast because it's too hard to explain to people what a live stream is that don't watch live streams. So I'm just like, it's a podcast.
Yeah, which is
you watch.
It's just not edited. It's live. It's a live podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a live podcast. Belvita, apparently, I think that because they're super fibery, right? I don't know if that's something you want to eat before that. Cool. Anyway, I guess I'll go. So my next one, let's go to, so here's like a gas station. I have two gas station ones. One we talked about is not on the list, but I'm a big, like, if I'm at a gas station, either chips. So either Doritos spicy chili is the only vegan flavored Doritos. So that's a good one. If I know that I'm going to be able to like get the dust off my hands, but either that or the dill pickle Lay's.
Oh.
are my other. That with a Coke Tall Boy. I usually am a Diet Coke Tall Boy, but during a long ride, a century or something like that, we're going Coke heavy Tall Boy on that bad boy, and the biggest bag of dill pickle lays I can find. If I'm at a grocery store in our area, I'd be looking for the Grillo's fried dill pickle. Not the Grillo's, they're two different things. The Utz fried dill pickle chips are the best chips ever. But most likely what I'm going to get, and what I will probably have already brought from home, is Lenny and Larry's complete cookie. It's not, again, you'll notice a theme of mine, not the best tasting cookie.
These are the ones that have no flavor, right? It's like eating cardboard.
Pretty much.
I think I bought that once and I hated my life.
Some are better than the others. This is not, this is usually what I will do is I will like take this bag and I will like mush it up before I open it. So it's in chunks, which breaks my rule before of like, I don't want things that I need to like get dirty, but they're big enough chunks usually that I can just like kind of pinch them and do that. Or I'll take my gloves off during this portion. And I'll just like eat bits of it throughout the ride from a stem bag. You will find like Mid-South or any of the longer things. This is like usually the first thing I bust out and start eating to get in is these. They're not great, but they are sugar and they're vegan and they have protein, which is not good. Like I know that's not a thing that we just talked about you don't want, but they have a lot of carbs and sugar as well. And I don't know, they're satiating. So I usually will get like 2 big ones of these down and if it's like a 60+ mile ride. Plus other stuff, but this is definitely a staple for me. And I usually just buy a bunch of them because they are available at the grocery store, and I throw them in that aforementioned bin in the basement. But yeah, they're gross.
Yeah, they're like I don't know. I just feel like I want something like again. I'm trying to eat sugar on a ride. It might as well taste good. Man, I feel like those are something that like it has the effect that it like takes flavor out of my mouth. I feel like tasting my own spit was better than I eat one of those, and I'm like, damn it.
I don't dislike them, but they're not good. Like I would never be to somebody like, this is an amazing cookie. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
The double chocolate one, brownie one is okay. This one's okay. But yeah, like the peanut butter one is gross. The white chocolate macadamia nut I don't like. Not selling it, but I just being honest. This is what I eat more often than not.
I think I was out your way and I bought one at a gas station. It was probably a Sheets with Dylan, and I was like, "Oh, look at this big old cookie! I need some energy." And I was like, "This is
boy, were you disappointed?"
Yeah, it was so disappointing.
Whoever say I don't know what we're talking about with 0 calories. These are definitely not 0 calories. That's the thing. Like they market this as a healthy snack. It is not. Like one of these cookies is about. Well, it's exactly 440 calories because it's one of those things where a serving size is half the cookie. So this is like substantial calories to get in while you're out.
That's it just tastes like it has 0 calories.
Yeah.
So I'll have to tell you what I ate.
Lunch.
I don't think this one would make my list, but it's how I did the Otis Roubaix. So 40 miles, 4,000 feet of climbing. I walked over to. I had nothing. We kind of had, I had the channel meetup, so I had a few beers. I slept in a little bit. I had to get going pretty quick, so I walk over to the Walgreens. I know I need snacks for the ride, and they had a box of strawberry Pop-Tarts. And I looked at all my normal stuff, like the peanut butter M&Ms, and I also wanted to eat something right to start the ride. And I bought the box of strawberry Pop-Tarts, and man, was that a delicious treat and ride snack, but it goes along with what I said, having no self-control, because the last 2 days for breakfast, I've eaten strawberry Pop-Tarts, and now they're gone because I just ate them till they were gone. But man, and they're not that bad on the road because you can kind of, they come in the 2-pack. You kind of open up and they break pretty cleanly. Like you can make a little bit of a mess, but again, like the sticky stuff's in the middle. You're usually able to eat them without like getting that all over your bag, like you were saying. So
my problem with those is the thirst thing. I will start drinking all my water immediately with those because I did experiment with Pop-Tarts for a while. And I think I might have found somewhere that had singles for some reason. Like Or no, I know what it was. So at some point they were doing mini Pop-Tarts. So they were like a bag of self-contained small Pop-Tarts. And so I was like, oh, there's no mess then, so you can just pop them. But yeah, the problem was that like pastry, flaky, crusty stuff would like just like dry out my mouth, and then I'd be like chugging on my water, and I'm 10 miles in, and I've just drank all my 3 bottles that I brought. Bobos are dry too, I agree, but they're not. I feel like they're not. They're dry in that like they might not be the easiest thing to get down, but I don't feel like they're sucking the water out of your mouth the way that some of these other snacks are.
I agree. They are. They definitely like. I mean, you're gonna sip water after you eat a Bobo, but yeah, it's not like. Yeah. Some stuff really dries your mouth.
Against you. C. Johnson dropping some nutritional science knowledge. So apparently, some protein not that bad. Fair enough. Beans. Actually, there's a snack called. They rebranded. It used to be called Enlightened, but now it's Bada Bean Bada Boom, and it's like dried fava beans that then they have like sriracha flavoring or barbecue or salt and vinegar and stuff like that. Those I eat at the house. I've never really tried them as a bike snack though, because they're kind of dry. But we just discussed that might not be that big of a deal. Anyway,
Pudgy said, he said, I do best with liquid calories on the ride. I do none of that. Like once in a great while, I have been like smoked where I'll like have a Dr. Pepper, and that's a real treat because I love Dr. Pepper. But like I said, I don't drink sugary drinks.
Yeah.
There is a time and a place just to get calories in, but like Aaron and Ben are always like mixing stuff into their bottles. And I just watched GCN video where Cy went for an FKT in the winter. That's when GCN's at their best, when they just make videos like that. Anyways, it's a really entertaining video. And again, he's drinking liquid calories, going for an FKT. I want to enjoy my calories. I'm not anti it, Pudgy, just for the record, or anti anyone, like especially if you're doing performance stuff. But I like to enjoy eating. Like I like to enjoy, like it's the fact that you're like working hard means you get to eat some stuff that I wouldn't, like I said, never keep at home. That's why I didn't want to buy those Pop-Tarts, because I'm like, there's going to be some left, and then you don't do it. Then I didn't make breakfast. Woody gave me fresh eggs from, Roach Clips Woody. And until my Pop-Tarts were gone, I didn't make the eggs till the last day. Like when, because it's like, I can just grab these
fresh eggs? Like you're just cracking eggs in your mouth?
Well, I mean, I cook the eggs, but yeah. I make scrambled eggs. But like, again, if I didn't have something else here, I would have made those on Monday. But instead, I had Pop-Tarts on Monday, and whatever. Yeah, whatever days, I can't keep track. But yeah, yeah, just keeping stuff like that around is so bad for me. But that's what riding is, the reward of getting to do a few things you wouldn't normally do, right?
For sure. More people mention the walking tamales. I've never had one. I guess I need to add that to my list of stuff.
Yeah, they're kind of like the the savory version of doing a Bobo, something that's shelf stable. You don't have to worry about, So
I don't know if they're
vegan. Dylan brought it up. They are. Dylan brought them up.
Okay, they are. Okay. I've just never come across one. I would absolutely buy it if I came across it, but I have not ever seen it. If anybody in New Jersey area knows where to get them, holler at your boy.
Yeah, I just don't think I know where to look for them.
You're up, I believe.
How
can you do a disgusting cookie?
No, I just went with Pop-Tarts. I just brought up Pop-Tarts as my next.
Oh, sorry. Okay, Pop-Tarts. Yeah. Go on. Sorry, got it. Okay. I will go then, like candy-ish thing. I don't love candy. I know Nerd Clusters had their moment. They're not vegan, but I did buy them before I remembered to check, because I just
gelatin.
Forgot about like the
No.
I forgot about that. They're gel, like they're a gooey candy in the middle. Like I was just thinking like, oh, nerds are vegan, and totally forgot. Like, oh no, so I didn't check. I had them though. I didn't love them. That's not what I don't. I know like sour is supposed to be a thing. It wasn't what I was looking for, but for whatever reason when I tried them. But what I do is Swedish fish. I will usually buy it at the grocery store in a larger format, and then break it up in Ziploc bags and throw that in the aforementioned giant box of snacks. They are vegan. They are made with Karuba wax. I don't know. They get hard if you leave them.
They do.
Out for like
And they do take a long
kinda
time to
like
chew. They do take a long
kinda
time.
like that.
Oh, you kind of like yeah. It's like peeps, letting your peeps get a little stale.
Yeah.
But
Because then you kind of like let them like dissolve in my mouth a little bit before then I chew them, and like they get a little.
the
It's not
problem with
like a hill climb or strenuous effort, but like just doodle bopping around.
everyone in my family knows I love Swedish fish. The one problem with them being a ride food is they take a lot of chewing. Like they're like very, like they are not like gummy bears or gummy worms or nerd clusters. Like Swedish fish, like they get stuck in your teeth. They'll pull your fillings out. Like they are. I love
that happen.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I have never seemed to have a problem with that.
Huh.
Personally,
Interesting.
but
You just got
yeah.
strong chompers.
I guess I do. Actually, I started. Never mind. That's a side tangent we don't need to go down. I had to start wearing a night guard.
Yeah.
Don't go there. Yeah, I don't know. Swedish fish.
Have you ever?
There's not a lot of like gummy candy that are vegan. A lot of them have gelatin in them. Sour Patch Kids are. I'll fuck with Sour Patch Kids, but again, I don't really want the sour. I don't know why. I know that's a thing. I don't deal with cramps usually, so for me, that's not what I'm trying to ever avoid. I guess I just have natural, whatever doesn't cramp you. But these just hit. I don't know.
There's a coffee shop we stop at on our way out east. I wish I could think of the town and the name of the coffee shop right now, but it's eluding me. And they sell have you ever had high-end Swedish fish? There's like a European, like a boutique Swedish fish, if you will.
And actually Swedish fish.
Yeah, and they're expensive, and I think Swedish fish is a knockoff, an American
Got
knockoff.
it. Okay.
They look like them. They are so good. Aaron buys them every time, but they're stupid expensive. I think they come in a tin, type deal. But
Got it.
they're so good, and like she'll always like give me like one. She knows she can't like leave them around because then I would just inhale them. But yeah, so I will I'll ask her and I will send you a link and I'll drop it in the Discord. Right. But there is like a high end fancy version of Swedish fish that are amazing. But I love these kind of Swedish fish too, and I bought the assorted flavors and everything. They're fine, but it's got to be just the red Swedish fish.
Hit me with the OG. I think you and I are the same on our candies. Just like give me the OG or the 1 degree off. We don't need innovation here.
Yeah. I don't mind
good.
I don't mind.
Let me get on with my day.
I've accidentally bought them where they come in the Swedish fish are smaller. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, that's fine. Totally
but they're the same brand.
The same glue. Yeah. In Lancaster, there is a Swedish specific candy store that Nate did say to go to. We just didn't have time because he called and said the bike was ready and we had to get going and get back. So I did that was like next thing we were trying to like find and ride to. I have to imagine they would have had it there. But I will pursue further because I do absolutely love Swedish fish. This is not actually. This I did have at the house because I don't know why these were in my son's bin from like his like sweets that he keeps around every once in a while. So I was like, oh, I'll give these back. That's what I just took them. But usually I'll buy the big bag and then break them up into smaller Ziploc bags, which does not they don't stay as long. I don't love doing that, but
I hate the packaging of traditional Swedish fish because it's a cardboard box with a tinier plastic bag in it. Like. Oh
no, I don't. That's not the one that we get. The one that's like it's like a pouch like this. It's just bigger.
The gas station, like if you go buy Swedish fish at a gas station around here, they come in a cardboard box. Then you open it. Then there's a smaller plastic bag in there, and it's like, what is the purpose of all this extra trash? Like, or just put them in the cardboard box, or just put them in the plastic bag. Anyways, that's how I always get them. So they're calling these things Scandinavian swimmers. Is this what I'm talking about? Someone said Swedish mackerel, or is it? I don't know.
Oh, Kenny, yes, vegan treats, 100%. And Action Wheels, the bike shop over in Bethlehem, they have a weekly ride called Tuesday Night City Track, and one of their routes is the vegan treats loop. So, vegan treats is amazing. Although I'm starting to get an allergic reaction to their ice cream, which I never used to have, which is a real disappointment because it's like the only vegan soft serve around. But yeah, have many a cake from there.
PLA Dave said gefilte fish. I grew up with all Jewish kids, so I've definitely eaten gefilte fish before in my life.
It's like sweet, right? I didn't
No,
realize
it's like
that.
a salty soup.
No?
It's like a salty soup, like
Oh,
matzo.
okay.
I feel like it's like tastes like matzo ball soup, is what I remember, unless I'm
Oh.
remembering the wrong thing. But
I know I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fish has always grossed me out, kind of. I'm not gonna lie. But even when I ate meat, I wasn't a fish person.
I'm a.
Is it actually fish, or is it one of those things where that's like the joke, or that's like
I think it's like turning. It's like hamburgerizing fish. You know, like you're turning it into like something that it never was, and it doesn't look like it anymore. I definitely like seafood. I do have to tell you though. You know, remember that one we talked about vegan stuff one night, and then I ran into a friend at a show who was talking about vegan stuff. And besides when I've been on my trips, I've gone back to being like highly vegetarian when the options are good. Like I would again never call myself a vegetarian, but I don't know, just thinking more and more about the process like I used to, and like have kind of like not regressed is not the word, but
progress.
Yeah. I mean, I was vegetarian.
I would say.
Yeah.
So there's.
Yeah. Vegetarian was. Like
I know there's other vegans in the chat. I saw Teresa in there.
Yeah.
Good for you. Let's see. Anybody else? Oh, in Philly. Cool. Yeah. 30 Spokes mentioned something else about, I think, New Jersey. Are you in New Jersey potentially? I'm sorry I know you are, and I just don't recognize the name. Just go through the chat, see if there's anything else. Dude, IKEA. I'm a big Swedish, like, Sweetophile in general. Like,
Sweetophile, yeah.
First of all, those, my bike racks are Thule. My entire office is IKEA. Like, I do, like, Swedish stuff is my jam. So Swedish fish falls right in line with that pattern. They're just doing it right over there. I don't know. I can't imagine living anywhere else other than my town, at least right now. The only other place I think I would ever move is somewhere in Scandinavia.
Interesting. Yeah, nice.
If I ever left Highbridge. Anyway. Cool.
I have a
next is gefilte fish. Your next
gefilte. No, I have a completely different like tact on this, where because it's really interesting to read the comments when we do stops. So me and my friends, like a lot of our rides are to a brewery or a restaurant, and we stop and we like eat a meal and have a beer or two, and then ride back. So many people are like, "How do you eat full food and drink something and then ride?" And to me, it's like, how do you go to a restaurant and walk to your car? And I, a lot of the people commenting don't seem to be like pure roadies that are just going for like full on effort. I get that because I was a runner forever. Like I would never run to an Italian restaurant and eat a plate of spaghetti then attempt to run home. That wouldn't be possible. Yeah. But the thing with bikes to me is like after we eat, we ride slower for a while. Like we just push the pedals a little bit. Like, you know. Yeah. That's what's
it takes a little bit to get back in the rhythm for sure.
So,
but yeah, not to like detrimentally. So like it's like usually a 10-15 minute, and then you've forgotten all about it, and you're back on whatever you were.
It's like don't swim.
I agree. I've never had a problem with that either.
Don't swim immediately after eating food. Like I guess whatever. It's like I mean. But you could go jump around in the ocean. I mean, I wouldn't go competitively swim after I just ate a big meal. I would give it like the right amount of time. Like, again, like I used to run half marathons. Like, no, I didn't get up and eat like a giant breakfast, then hit the road with a belly like full of pancakes and waffles and, you know, whatever. Like, but yeah, so I always find that one to be weird. But when it comes to like, I know that's not a ride snack, but like we spend a lot of time riding to dinner. Like that is such a Friday night or a Saturday thing for like me and my friends. My group ride, that's what we do, and we've been doing it for now we're going on 11 years. It's like we ride somewhere, we eat, and then we ride back. And again, I don't eat ride snacks on my group ride at all, like because we're usually doing 20 to 35 miles dependent, and it could be like something cutty, it could be climby, it's Akron, but we ride and we eat like full on meals, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I think I agree because that's if you're doing that, then I wouldn't probably bring a ton of extra stuff. For me, it's more of just I have to watch because I like really spicy food. Like ghost pepper is my daily heat level, and then I can do Carolina Reaper and stuff like that level heat. So my problem is if you have never experienced, like, it can be hours later. I will, for dinner, we eat early because we have a kid, but so we'll have dinner at like 6 o'clock on Friday, and I'll put some dumb stupid hot sauce on pizza, and then we are climbing a hill at 9 p.m. and it's like doing a repeater on me. I don't want to like throw up and lose my mind because my entire esophagus is just burning with whatever the crazy hot sauce I had. So that's the only thing I got to keep an eye out for. Like I will knowingly be like avoid certain foods, but food and like a full meal in general usually doesn't bother me the way that. But I know what you're talking about. Other people do that as well, and like won't. They'll be like, we go home, like we're all eating a meal. Like, what are you?
Yeah.
I would say it's the same. It's no different though. I think the bigger problem is just more of that, like your legs get cold. I think it has less to do with eating the meal than it does just like your legs aren't moving again. It's the same way we end up at like, talking and bullshitting at a stop for too long. You know what I mean? You get the same thing. It's just like your legs don't want to start moving. Cool.
Yeah. So that's like a random aside. One of the only, and it's not really sports nutrition, but things that I'll bring like once in a while, and it's a good one because I won't eat it at home, but is that Ted King's Untapped. That's like a good thing.
Oh, the maple stuff. Okay.
Yeah, then they come in like a sports nutrition style thing, like a long tube where you rip the top. I always keep them in an extra plastic bag, even though they're sealed like that, and so the wrapper can go back in. I've also had them break on me, so just something I'm super cautious about. But like on a long, hard ride where I just want some like sugar, I don't understand all the sports nutrition stuff because you could get like the Untapped, you could get it salty, you could get it like with coffee, so it has caffeine in it. And I'm like, that gives me everything I would need if I ever wanted to steer towards the gel side of having a ride snack. And it tastes better than all that stuff with all those weird freaking chemicals and that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, that would be like something. And that's like the one thing where you're saying something you could just keep in your bag. I have a couple of those usually in like a frame bag with another Ziploc bag around it. And it's like the emergency, like I didn't plan ahead. I'm going to bonk. I've got Untapped like in here. And I'll usually bring a few on tour and I don't even always eat them. Like, but they're just like such a good backup. If you get too far out or you didn't get enough at the gas station or you didn't eat where you thought you were going to eat, the restaurant was closed. So that's kind of my opposite end of I'm just going to eat like a giant meal at a brewery and have 2 beers and then also have Untapped in the bag in case that for the absolute opposite
I've
reason.
never had them.
Yeah. If you've ever had maple syrup, you've had them because that's what they are. Like.
You know what it's funny though? I have had I think I've only done a goo once. I think it was at like Nutmeg 2021 when I was just like cooked and there was like that one climb at the end. I was just like, all right, let's just get it done. And so, but like, yeah, I pack them on longer rides or like overnighters and stuff all the time for that same reason, but I end up never using it. And then every 6 months, I'm like, this thing is gross from sitting in the bag, or I'll throw it out. But so I've thrown out more goos than I've eaten. But I would be I'm interested in trying to.
There's a new one. Jared popped in and said mushrooms and maple syrup. I assume separately. What would be the? I'm trying to think of how you would eat mushrooms on a like what kind.
Are you wait? Oh, I mean, is he referring to psilocybin mushrooms or?
Oh, maybe mushrooms and maple syrup. Just eating like a.
Then what snacks you're having is the least of your concerns. You're just enjoying your ride. What's up, Jared? By the way,
microdosing and then just like eating a maple syrup, like drinking some maple syrup, like.
Congrats on Mid-South, by the way. Look, we had a great time out there.
Yeah. That looked like a great year. I mean, what a great year. It was a great year for Mid-South, But
yeah, I nice to bounce back. I didn't hear too much about it other than like obviously a couple people that I follow, but it seemed like it went off without a hitch this year. It's good.
Yeah, my buddy Aaron was out there. He loved it. Then I watched, before I went for my ride on that day, Terry Berenson was live streaming it for a while, and it just... Yeah, perfect weather. Yeah, just everything about it seemed awesome. So.
Macro dosing. You're been around people that microdose like so much that they end up macrodosing. It's like your like seventh pinch of the dust at the bottom of the bag. There, you're actually just on mushrooms now, bud.
The first year or not my first year at Nutmeg, but the first year that Terry and all the New York crew came out to Nutmeg, they all macrodosed the mushrooms. And like, I just remember like everyone talking about, look how cool the leaves look. And I'm like, they do look good. They do look good. Don't get me wrong. But you guys are also all on a lot of mushrooms. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I want to blow this person's spot, but at Nutmeg 2021, there was two people that took a bunch of acid and accidentally did the route reversed. And I knew them, and I saw them coming. I was like, "Hey, what do you guys do?" And they were just like,
"Why?"
Kept going. It's like, okay, bye. Have a good time. Yeah, apparently that one of them had just reversed route, but it was just funny because they were like, then later on, so it was like, yeah, and they were high on acid. I was like, oh shit, okay. So at no point did it seem strange to them that all these people were riding in the opposite direction
the entire day. Yeah.
We're going. You know what? I will say, I recently I'm going vegan straight edge, but I never did try. I always got too nervous. I've had so many opportunities to try mushrooms and cycling. Never done it. I was always too scared. It's not like a thing that I do very often. And I am somebody who has only one time, but has had a bad trip on psychedelics. So like gun shy of like doing that in an environment where I will not have any ability to control it if something goes sideways. So that is something I sounds great. Sounds fun. A lot of people have talked really highly of doing that, of that experience. Just never, I don't think I ever will.
Me and my friends, and I don't have anyone who like I hang out with and do this with anymore, but you know, when I was younger, or like St. Patrick's Day video, my buddy Josh's bike that I was riding, probably the last time I took acid was with that dude. But we would take it, and then once it started kicking in, we would lock the place down, like all doors locked, like, and like only going to be with the other people who are in this plane, like. And so for me, and I've never microdosed. I'm definitely a like, hey, like an eighth will make you trip, a quarter will be way too much, and it's like, well, maybe we'll split the difference because this guy's probably a wimp, you know, like type dudes, like you know, like very Hunter S. Thompson-esque, is just how me and my friends would hang out. So it was like, yeah, on a bike, I'm worried that I'd be like, who needs this machine? And I'd throw it in the canal, and then the next day I'd have to go fish my bike out of the canal. That's what my mind goes to when I think of like doing psychedelics on the bike. I don't mix them.
I'm not even like a get high out of the house person when I do weeds. Like I'm a narcotics lightweight.
I only like I really don't smoke pot anymore, except when we're out riding and we've already made our stop and we're going to head back, and someone's like, oh, I have a vape pen or I have a joint. And then I know the only thing I'm doing the rest of the night, and like our group rides in the evening. So I'm just riding home and there's no one here except my cat. And then I feel like I'm flying and it's a blast. And then I have no social interaction besides what we're talking about on the bikes, and it's fun. But yeah, that's it for me. Like I don't know. Just become a wimp with all that stuff.
And I don't have corporate job anymore, so I'm fine talking about that on the internet.
Yeah.
Anyway, my last thing in the bag of dicks is the not trail. You could call it trail mix, I guess, but to me, trail mix must have chocolate in it in order for it to be trail mix. This is just Gorp, good old raisins and peanuts. Salted peanuts, the heavier salted, the better. For whatever reason, the ShopRite brand of like generic salted peanuts is super salty. So just to make it at home. What I like to do though is I will put it into I know you're not a stem bag guy, but put it usually, fill it a little bit more, put it into the stem bag and then like wrap it over the stem bag. So then it's like easy access to it. Not my favorite because like if I'm wearing gloves, I'll usually take the gloves off to do that. But I don't like the chocolate because again, we discussed, don't want it getting all over my hands. M&Ms even, we just discussed the absolute bullshit statement of melts in your mouth, not in your hand. They're going to melt in your hand. They're going to get all over your gloves. They're going to be gross. So I omit the chocolate. That's why I usually make my own. And Gorp. Can't beat it. Especially the salt, the heavy salt later. It's like mile 60, 70 for me, and on like a century ride. That's where like really when I'm reaching for this, and for whatever reason it hits the spot.
I'm down with that. Yeah, I definitely. Again, this is like we're doing the Saturday morning ride. It's going to be a long,
Mhm.
long one, and I didn't prepare. I walk over to the Walgreens, and they have a section with I don't even know what the brand is called. It's a green bag, and they have like 5 different varieties of that. And I look at all, and I'm like, see if any are on sale. And I'm like, I don't care which one it is. If it's mixed between peanuts and this or that and that, I'm like, it's all delicious. Like, and it's such a good. And again, like I said, it's not cloyingly sweet because you got enough peanuts. There's salt. Like, yeah, I could eat any one of those trail mixes that are out there for sure. That's a good one.
Yeah, respect to the close second to the Cajun snack mix, and that comes in like the weird plastic tub from a key. So weird grocery store. I don't know if you guys have the chain out there, but it's for another time.
What's it called?
A key, which is Spanish for here.
Oh, a key.
And
Oh, I wasn't picturing that kind of spelling. Yes, now I know what you're saying. Yeah, we do not have that.
I've very rarely seen them, but they opened up one in a town nearby, and it's like our backup grocery store because technically it's closer, but it's like not a it's full grocery store, but they don't have everything, but they do have like a nice selection of like obviously from the name like Mexican staples, but it's not really a Mexican exclusively Mexican grocery store, and we don't have enough Hispanic people in our area or Mexican people to like justify that. I don't know why they opened it here, but it's great. I love it. But anyway, they have a really good Cajun mix.
Huh.
So that's what. Yeah.
I'm medium on.
I feel like I don't have a Trader Joe's anywhere near me. It's like a half-hour drive to the closest Trader Joe's. I know they have a million amazing snacks. My list would probably have some more of that on there. I'm sure people are yelling like, "Oh, the Trader Joe's such and such." I don't ever go there because, and then when I do, I get overwhelmed because I'm never there. And there's so much stuff, and it's all new. So
same. I like
Trader
my.
Joe's.
Again, we have that upscale Giant Eagle, the Market District, and it's perfect because it just has enough of that kind of dry bulk stuff, enough of the extra vegetarian, vegan stuff that I don't like. And I do my outside the route, and I only dip in for the couple things I like canned beans. I need my corn chips, but I do the outside loop of the grocery store for 90% of my shopping. So,
Yeah, same.
yeah, Jared said he had a mild 60 burrito that he packed. I'm curious if it was like homemade or like bagged, but probably in the walking. What were they talking about? The walking tamale category.
For himself. Although I did when I went, I brought like I brought stuff to make a breakfast burrito that I had at the start line, like with the just egg stuff. Because that's what I would have every morning before I did my long trainer ride. So I just didn't want to change it up. So like I brought an obnoxiously large amount of stuff. I also stayed with this woman, Angie, who may or may not have this year made a bunch of the food for the party at Jacaranda for Orange Blossom. She's a Tampa person. The woman cooked like we're all there at like midnight. She's like just started whipping up food, like just was constantly cooking for us in the Airbnb the entire time that we were there. Amazing. Angie,
Nice.
best roommate. Best out of town event roommate. We had not met until that because she took Steve's ticket. It's like, you don't know her. She's great though. I was like, all right, I guess we'll figure it out. And she was awesome. So respect to Angie if you're out there.
Jared said full-size pounder from Don Peebles?
Don Peebles.
What is Don
I think
Peebles?
I've heard of that. I don't know, but it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, Stillwater, Oklahoma, though. I had a really good bowl of some sort of vegan pho ramen situation down there. It was super spicy. It was so good. But dear God, luckily it happened. I had it on Thursday and not Friday, or I had it not the day before the race. I was up all night blowing that out the door. Oh, that was rough. And then I got really panicky because I was like, I'm so dehydrated. So I was just like chugging liquid IV the next day, which was disgusting. Not good. But anywho,
yeah, I think we've already like talked about this, but yeah, that Mexican food down there in Avon Park where Orange Blossom is. Like the weird arrangement, you're not sure if your food's coming out because you kind of order at a place that feels like a grocery store, but then it does, and you sit down and you're like, oh hell yeah, this is definitely.
What if our Airbnb was very close to that place? I know Brian ate there, and Miggy ate there. Anyway, yeah, but they said it was dope.
Yeah, so
I'm eating. I don't care. Screw you guys. We can listen to the show.
Well, it's 10:30. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say the trail went the gorp hit my nose. Had to have some.
Ed said I showed up because the universe said you were talking corn chips, but that's a staple here. But it's never something I would like. They take up way too much space for like the calories you would get on the road, like. But I eat corn chips.
Bike packing. So I will make. I will bring Ducal refried beans, and then the tortillas, and I will make a TVP lentil taco meat. I'll make burritos with that, and I will bag the closest gas station to where we're staying bike packing. I will then buy a bag of Fritos and crush them up and put them in the burrito.
Yeah.
And it is a great meal. I don't know why I should just have this at home. It's super I save it for bike packing exclusively, and it's super easy. I'll usually split it with somebody because it makes enough to usually feed 2 people with that stuff, and it's not super heavy.
I do feel like Fritos need to be put in something else because Fritos on their own are so salty, so salty. Like
we like walking taco. That's like where you just put all the taco stuff into the bag of Fritos. A little snip. That's great. Not for a bike snack, but bike for a rest stop though. That could be good. We have like a full fork or a spoon to eat it.
Big League Chew. People just want. Then you want to have flavorless gum in your mouth after. I don't know. I just rather eat candy. Swedish Fish, Skittles. One of my favorite candies is Mambas. Do you ever eat Mambas?
No, what's that?
The texture is like Starburst, exactly like Starburst. Okay. It comes in so it's a long package like Starburst, but inside are 3 packages of 6, and there's 4 flavors of Mambas. But since but you only get 3, and it's random in each one. And sometimes you're like, you'll get a yellow and a green. And you're like, God damn, I got screwed. But sometimes you'll get the strawberry and the, it's a weird, it's it's a Starburst type, like Taffy type candy. Yeah. And that's one of my.
I would like Laffy Taffy more than Starburst, but I could see that being good.
Yeah. Mambas. Check out Mambas. I love Skittles.
Skittles checks on the boxes. I'll do Skittles every once in a while, but it's not usually what I'm reaching for. I don't think there's anything else worth.
I could eat Skittles. Any fruit candy I could pretty much eat. There's very few that I don't like. I mean,
Indian food. Hold on, sorry. Somebody piqued my interest.
Naptown. There's a bomb-ass vegan Indian place.
I've never eaten in Indianapolis. Sorry.
I have, but I
wouldn't want to ride and eat Indian food.
That's not I don't think we've ever stopped at an Indian restaurant. As many restaurants as we've gone to on our group ride. But
we did. It was a Pakistani restaurant, but it was the same stuff that you would get in an Indian restaurant. Maybe it was slightly different, but that was at the end of our ride. We took the train back to Trenton from there, so that doesn't count. But that was, dude. It was fine. It's like this ride called Simran is a person. Slow ride down in Trenton. So we took like all day to ride 20 miles, and it ends at this buffet all you can eat thing. And so we ate all you can eat, planning on taking the train back. And then all of a sudden somebody's like, "Oh, the train is supposedly really crowded. We should just ride the 20 miles back." And I'm like, "It's already 6:00." I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea if I didn't just have an all you can eat Indian buffet. And it's 110 degrees outside. No, I don't care how big crowd it is. I'm taking the train back. Like, I gotta also get home, guys. Like, I live an hour from here. So love those guys. If any of them were watching, love that trip. But yeah, I was like, you cannot spring on me after we just ate a buffet.
Yeah, that's way too late.
So we were gonna hammer, not even just like casually, right? We were gonna hammer 20-mile pace line 20 miles back to where we started. I was like, get out of here.
Yeah, when we started the group ride with Woody, Roach Clips, like that's what did we do? We'd stop out and we were like, oh, we're just gonna have like a drink and maybe something light, and then we'd all eat like full meals and drink, and then everyone would be like, we're gonna take it easy on the way back, and then back in those days we'd get out there, and then it was just like riding for your life, and it was like your stomach was full, you had heartburn, and you're like riding at like 18 miles an hour. It was such a goofy. We've definitely like made it like. We make it super adventurous on the way out and super fun, and then usually like a path back. It's like making it.
We have a route that's like that where we go. It's 1,000 feet of climbing, but it's a short loop. It's not anything crazy. It's like 20 miles, but it's all like the 1,000 are just on the way out, and then you bomb down to a brewery that has 2 restaurants in the same plaza as it, and then so we'll stop there and do that, and then we just take the rail trail the 12 miles back to the start. So it's like a loop that there's not a foot of elevation on the second half afterwards.
Perfect.
And so it's perfect. Love that route. That's a great Sunday.
Kent brought up black licorice. I am a absolute black licorice hater. I think I told the story about how I was in Paris and I'm like, oh, I want to try what do you call it? The Green Fairy, the drink. What was the drink that was banned?
Absinthe.
Absinthe. So we went to a place called the Fairvert, the Green Fairy, the perfect spot. Like he does the ice cube thing, sugar cube, like whatever. And then I take the first sip and I'm like, oh, absinthe tastes like black licorice. Damn it. Anise or whatever. Anise. Is it anise or?
Yeah.
Anise.
I always say anise, but I think it's
anise. Yeah. Man, wow. That was the most disappointing moment of my life.
I do like black licorice, but I feel like if you eat more than a couple pieces of it, it then starts to taste bad. So on a bike ride where I want to be eating a lot of whatever it is I brought, I don't know that that's. I could probably have. I don't recall whether it was good or not. I don't know.
I'm sure I could do Twizzlers or Red Rope. It's not something I ever. If I feel like I don't mind Twizzlers, but again, that's where I would go to the Skittles or the Mambas or the Starbursts. I would just, if I'm going fruit candy, there's just better options than licorice.
Mr. Pippin Crazy Vines.
Equals
crazy delicious.
Yeah.
That actually probably would be a pretty good gas station load up, though.
Yeah,
I could see that. Earlier today I thought that was going to come up. I had that like locked and ready. It was like cooking dinner. I was like, crazy delicious. Authentic, I've only been to like one authentic Chinese restaurant. We don't have them out here in the sticks, but yeah, I agree. It was very good.
I guess I wouldn't really know what authentic is.
Now we're just talking about food we like. Like, let's do this back to rice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I also.
Have you ever had pizza? Oh my god!
Lasagna?
I'm not teasing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We're getting off track.
Yeah. We're just talking about good food. Yeah.
Dude, Wayne's World Red Rope licorice dispenser on the bike. Yeah, although not practical, but for the gram, 100%.
Yeah.
Actually, a good idea. That red rope is going to be dangling with your spit and be dirty, and just pick all that garbage up as you're going. It would have to be like some sort of like flip lid thing where you would like tear it off of a tinfoil serrated thing and then close the lid. Too much. But Matt, start 3D printing it. I'll try it.
Yeah. Definitely do it
Definitely do it, but it's not going to be good. By the way, Bobo's still winning the poll at 57%.
Nice. Well,
yes.
I just had to click on it. That's probably a good time.
Can somebody screenshot that so we can send it to Nate? I don't have my phone on me.
Yeah. Screen cap it. I'm going to end the poll.
Screen cap it and tag Baron von Fancy Pants. So, the people have spoken.
Yeah. It's an official end. 57%. It did drop, but it's held.
47 votes. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And again, like we said, this is definitely. I mean, even though you broadened my horizons, that it is available in more places. Uncrustables is Smuckers. They're like they bought every single.
That's it ever goes.
Yeah.
For sure. It's also a children's snack. Come on, be an adult. You need to do something that apparently means a joint or a blowjob, depending on what you you grew up. But that's what I would know as
Yeah.
a Bobo. If somebody asked me what a Bobo is before, that's what.
Be an adult, honk a Bobo.
Oh my god! In college, there was this dumb. I forget what it was. There was some dumb like point and click adventure game that was like on the internet and like broke the internet for a while. But I remember it was like the whole point was like find drugs and get laid. And like, I remember that if you did certain combinations, you get like unlock bonus things. And at one point, it was like you did something and you ended up. This is all very sexist and not. It's not cool. I'm not trying to say it like it is. It's just silly. But like you do some combination of events and like things, and you get a bonus Bobo. That's always stuck in my head. There's some things that's like from college that bonus Bobo. So every time, yeah. Anyway, don't judge me.
I think that's the perfect note to wrap up on.
Okay.
It is like what, 10:45?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
We can start wrapping it up.
Yeah, and again, like I said, we're just talking about like normal food now. Like, if you guys ever had mofongo in Puerto Rico, I love that shit. I do, but yes.
So I guess 2 weeks. I don't have my calendar up, but I guess we'll just go back to the regular format unless you got any other.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll
ideas?
see what develops over the 2 weeks. If something pops up, something topical happens, or if we have some great idea. I think we just keep it open, you know.
Keep an eye on my Instagram. I will probably do it April 2nd, not April 1st, so people know it's real. But very, 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 very big announcement coming.
Exciting news, and we'll share it all everywhere. So yeah,
excellent,
awesome.
All right,
see you next time.
Talk to y'all later.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Yeah.
Fitzwater photo.